Hello everybody, welcome back to a brand new video. My name is Brittany. I am a licensed esthetician and a makeup artist, and for today's video, if you haven't already seen the title already, we're going to be doing skin prep and the skin prep that I use in my clients in particular. And this video is also in collaboration with the well-beloved Miss Julie Ruby here on YouTube. I was literally ecstatic when she reached out to me. I was like, what? I literally fangirled because I just look up to Julie, and she has just an amazing makeup touch and she's very knowledgeable. She's currently in esthetician school as well. She is a makeup artist in Fort Wayne, Indiana, and she is very successful. She has a podcast. She just like wants to help us thrive out here. You know, she's trying to create a community with the makeup artists. And I love that about her. I love that she shares and she doesn't gatekeep or anything. And she really inspired me to condense my makeup kit. And I just look up to her in just so many different ways. Yeah, super excited to collab this video with Julie. If you have not checked her out already, I will put all her socials down below in the description box. Don't forget to subscribe to her because she is literally an amazing person, human being. Like, I wish we can be friends in real life. Like, if she was here in Colorado, that would be fucking sick. But, you know, we're in two complete different states. So without further ado, if you would like to see how I share my skin prep with my clients, then go ahead and please keep on watching. I just want to give a disclaimer. I am a licensed esthetician and everybody's skin is different, okay? Everybody's skin is different. I always go based off of questions with my clients. That's the number one thing that I have noticed that kind of helps me gauge with what I'm going to use and what I'm going to do with the skin prep. You know, the skin prep has definitely changed throughout the years, obviously with like expiration dates and everything, and me just kind of like learning as I go with different foundations and different kind of skin types and everything. So just a disclaimer, everybody's skin is not going to be the same. This is just what I have been using and what has been working for me since the past 2 years since I've moved to Colorado. Or actually, yeah, since the past 2 years since I've been in Colorado and working on clients. Just for context, again, as mentioned, I am in Colorado and here it is really dry. Just naturally, it's a very dry climate. When I have clients from like out of town, they're like, oh my god, my skin is just dry and shriveled up here, and I'm just like, girl, I'm so sorry, but yes, we are dry up in here. So just to give a little disclaimer on that, I always typically ask my clients, no matter what, even if they filled out my forms, are you allergic to anything or have any sensitivities? That's like my number one question, and majority of the time they say no. Sometimes I do have clients who are allergic to certain things, but I make sure to have like a little list on my phone to be sure that I have it on deck just to check, so I'm not like literally just wasting time checking on my phone, like searching through it. So just a little tip for you. And oh my god, my neighbor's AC just went on, so I apologize if you can hear that. This is what has been working for me, and I have taken a couple courses throughout the years just to kind of get more experience, and just I love to learn and I love to find out more things of like different artists and everything. I find that simple is a little bit more better for me in my personal kit, and I know there's some people out there that like to do exfoliation, and I have used exfoliation pads in the past before. They're the First Aid Beauty, which work amazingly great, and I am considering bringing them back just because, again, because there's a lot of clients here that are super dry. I do experience some like flakiness even when I'm putting on moisturizer. So I always do a thorough cleanse with the micellar water. This is from Bioderma, and I have used this time and time again since I've taken Priscilla Ono's makeup course. This is what she uses, and it just works well for me. It's worked for all my sensitive skin types, like literally everybody, and all like from oily to dry, everybody and anyone. So amazing, really skin prep. I've even used this on men, like men's grooming, and it works just as fine. I do use this little pad here, just put it on there and just kind of like go throughout the face, on the eyes, on the under eyes, just to give thorough cleanse for everything, because I don't know if my client has cleansed, and I prefer to have a clean canvas no matter what. That just helps me kind of like with what works with my foundations and everything. And I know there's some clients out there that are like, I already have skincare on, and I just say like, hey, like I don't know if that's gonna work with the things that I'm gonna use, so I'm gonna go ahead and take it off just so I can have a clean canvas. And sometimes I get offended, but sometimes I understand, and I just prefer to have that just kind of taken care of. So this is what I go in with first. For moisturizer, this has never steered me wrong. This is the Embryolisse. I feel like it's a favorite in the makeup community as far as like makeup artists. Yes, there's so many moisturizers out there that work for everybody, but this has been working for me in particular. I have used it on clients who are oily, and I will show you what I use next. But this is definitely just works as a moisturizer and a primer as well. So I'll clean everything with the micellar water. Go ahead and brush this on, let that sink in. I always move on to the eyes next. When they're a really more of a normal skin type or dry skin type, this is what I will definitely just use. Now, if my client has texture, a little bit of like scarring, a little bit more of large pores, I actually use the One Size Secure the Blur, which is depotted in this little guy, and I actually used up the entire bottle in here already because we're already pretty much halfway done with it. So that is what lives in this little second guy right here. I have the Embryolisse on the top and then the One Size Secure the Blur. Of course, I grab it with a spatula, put it on my palette, and then like rub it into my fingers and press it into the skin. Let that kind of dry a little bit as well, and then we just kind of move on to the eyes. And that's for like more textured. My clients are like, I just really want to blur out my pores. Like, that's what I use. And then if they're oily, this is very new to the kit. I recently got her and she has been working impeccable. Oh my goodness. I really don't know what Danessa Myricks puts in here, but this is amazing. I am actually considering getting her Yummy Balm once I finish up my Embryolisse one, or you know, just to have on hand, just to give a little bit more skin-like kind of finish. But her makeup products have been literally A1. The Danessa Myricks Groundworks palette has worked so good. Her highlighting palette is, oh my god, impeccable. I love the shimmer it gives. But this little guy has been working so freaking well. I just use maybe like 5 drops of this, rub it into my fingertips, and then press it into the skin, in particular to where my clients get a little bit more oily throughout the day. And I was in between this one and the One Size Secure the Sweat primer during the Sephora sale, but I definitely went with this one because that same day that I went to the actual Sephora and purchased it, I was looking at their lives, and on Tuesdays they do like a live Tuesday tutorial or something, so they use this and I was like, I am sold. But this is what she looks like. This is the Yummy Skin Water Powder Serum. It's a mattifying and priming serum. And these have been working really well with the foundations that I use on top of it as well. And if you have not seen my makeup kit tour, I will link it somewhere up here. But I do use my NARS Radiant Longwear foundation. It works really well with that combination, as well as the Fenty skin tints that I have right here. They work really good in conjunction together. I do also have the Graftopian cream palette, and that actually works good as well too. So these have been working in conjunction to what I have been using. I also use the Tower 28 concealers in my kit. I have a couple NYX and I have one Dose of Colors one, and they all just work perfectly fine together with one another, which has been so freaking good. So for my trials, I typically do the Good Molecules eye cream, which I am slowly running out of. It looks super ugly color here in the tube, but it has been working really nice for me. It's a really nice like gel consistency, which is what I really like about it. And on the day of the actual wedding for my brides, I do use eye patches, and I do have a couple from Skinmatica, and then I do use the Rare Beauty ones just on their under eyes. It's definitely been saving my brides and helping them. It also gives me a little bit of like instead of using the tape, it kind of just gives me a little bit more of a structure to kind of have a lifted type of eyeshadow, if you will. And then I always use the lip mask from Laneige. That has just been super good in my kit. I've used it for years, since I've become like freelancing and makeup artistry. That's like the one thing that I actually really love and will always repurchase. I've repurchased like maybe 3 or 4 of them, but I literally go through them like crazy. I forgot to mention this, but if my clients are really oily, or they're like, I get really shiny like maybe 4 hours in, I will powder down my primer. And I know that sounds crazy, but that has definitely been helping all my clients, especially who are really oily. A lot of my like younger clients who are getting married this year that I've done trials on, like maybe like in the 25 age range, is where they do get more oily. So I will set the primers down with the powder so that way nothing kind of seeps in. We kind of lock that oil in. But I will put everything down. I'll put my micellar water, the embroideries, the one size, and then the Danessa Myricks. Press a little pressed powder on there and then go on with foundation and you're good. I know it sounds insane, but if you don't knock it till you try it. I mean, try it on yourself if you're a makeup artist first and see how you like it. If you're oily, of course, or if you have like a friend or a cousin or like a family member to do makeup on, I would highly encourage you to try it and see how that works. It literally locks and loads everything in place, and it is such an amazing tip that I always like to share with my clients when I'm like doing their makeup, and I'm kind of like educating them in that sense as well. And then just to kind of like set everything down to make sure nothing moves, I do use my and then for setting everything down in place, once I'm done with the whole face and everything and the client sees everything, I'm like, okay, is there anything changing, any changes that you want to do or add? I kind of like have that conversation with them, and then once you're like, no, I'm happy with this, then I will set everything down with the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray and let that kind of soak in. Then I'll go in with the Melanie Mills Hollywood Super Matte Setting Spray. Now I know the one size setting spray is like pretty popular right now, and granted, like, I have not tried that one yet, but this is what I kind of like in my kit. And then I also do carry the Ben Nye Final Seal, which is more of a matte finish too. That thing is like a hairspray for your face. Like, even with the Melanie Mills, like, yeah, we're not going anywhere with that makeup. So that's all that I have to share with you with my skin prep video. I'm so excited to watch Julie's video because she's also currently in esthetician school, and when we were kind of like talking about it, she was like, do you have any ideas? And I'm like, why don't we do something with skin? Since I'm an esthetician, you're in esthetician school, like maybe we can do something in that realm. And she was like, oh, let's do skin prep. So I was like perfect, that works perfect, totally fine. So I'm really excited to watch her video, and again, I'll put everything down in the description box so you can go check out her Instagram, her TikTok, and her YouTube channel. She also has a podcast if you're a podcast listener. Even if you're not a makeup artist, or if you're maybe thinking about makeup artistry in particular, but she really gives good advice, and just like, she gets it, you know what I mean? So maybe if you're a makeup artist who is thinking about becoming more freelancing, kind of taking the job a little bit more seriously, I highly encourage you to go check her out and check out her podcast, because they're really, really cool and fun and funny. If you have any questions or comments or anything that you tried that works for you, please leave them and share it with us in the comment section. I'm always happy and looking forward to reading what people use differently, something that I might not use, or something that they've seen viral on TikTok that they're like, this is not the best thing. Whatever the case may be, please share with us in the comments. And if you are new from Julie Ruby's channel, I just want to say thank you so much for considering to subscribe or even watching this video. I really appreciate your time. Thank you so much for making it all the way to the end of this video, and I will catch you in the next one. Toodles!